So we had a big project in Africa. We essentially taught local mothers how to make probiotic yogurt using this GR1 strain. And we get some money from the Canadian government. I think it was at 260,000 people a day were getting this. It was amazing, fantastic. And what we had done was we empowered them. We weren't landing with a plane every week with this. We said, here, you do it. We were going to revolutionize, I think, the value chain of food in Tanzania. And the government approved our grant. And then Canada said, oh, no, sorry, we don't have money anymore, even though they had money. But what did that value chain look like? Well, the value chain, in a way, starts with honeybees. If you don't have the food and the honeybees pollinating the food, then guess what? Your value chain can die pretty quick. And we did a study in Tanzania because I was there. I looked at the lake. So there's 40 million people living on Lake Victoria. And I knew that some people were trying to get gold out the streams and they used mercury to try and capture the gold. So I said, I bet you there's mercury in the water and in the fish. So sure enough, my student Jordan found there was these small silver fish that everyone was eating had mercury in it. So then we said, wait a minute. People are going down to buy these fish and they're eating them and then they're getting pregnant and they've high mercury levels in them. So what if we gave a probiotic yogurt at the same time they took the fish? Would you have less uptake of the mercury? Because lactobacilli actually bind to mercury. So maybe the lactobacilli bind to it and then you poop it out. Anyway, we did a study and lo and behold, we reduced mercury and arsenic levels, right? So then I thought, so that's mercury as heavy metals. Well, what about pesticides? Because, I mean, you've probably seen in the news, isn't it China that's using paraquat? I mean, we saw them all the time. These guys, they've got the pesticide in the backpack and they're spraying, and these are toxic chemicals. And I said, could lactobacilli or probiotic strains do something about pesticides? So lo and behold, we said, well, we'll do a few studies. And honeybees, and I had a colleague, Graham Thompson, who's an expert. I know nothing about honeybees, right? So I had the idea, and he came along and he said, well, we'll try it. And we said, right, which strains of probiotic could we use? So one of them we used, because we did studies in Drosophila. Drosophila is a fruit fly. It mimics some of the honeybee anatomy. And in the fruit flies, we made them live longer by giving them some strains. And what the pesticide did was essentially it wrecked the immune response. So by bringing in these lactobacilli strains, we stopped that. So you no longer damage the immune response, and therefore you made them live longer. And then we had a third strain that was indigenous to the honeybee.